for a while that it would be fun to do a fairy photography experience. It was just an idea that had been kicking about, but actually it came to form when I was stuck in traffic and I was just daydreaming, and I came up with this idea for the magic bean. And that was really the place where everything started from. So essentially it did actually grow from magic beans into an enchanted forest. I just came up with this idea of a pretty bean that you could plant and the forest would grow, and from there our imagination just took flight really, and that's how it kind of came to be. I've always told fairy stories and made up silly little tales to kids to keep them amused in sessions, and it just seemed right to build a set that would really give them that experience. It was really important to me when I came up with the idea that it be a real experience for the kids, that they feel like they are fairies in an enchanted forest, rather than it being just something for the parents with a photo shoot and a pretty backdrop and some nice dresses. And I think that's really what makes it different, what makes it special. That and the fact that genuinely there isn't another one like it in the world. This is the only place where you can get it. I designed everything, I made everything where I could. It is about giving beautiful photographs of children in a fairy environment. That was the point, that the end result had to be stunning, that people would want to put onto their walls, that they would look at and love and remember a time when their children were little and they believed in fairies, and that was all real. That's a magic that fades after a while, so it's nice to have a memory of that. Because I wanted it to be real, there's hidden things in the forest that don't really matter for the pictures. They're just there to keep the kids amused. They're things for them to find. There's butterflies in the trees, there's a rabbit that sits down. He's a very big favourite with the kids. We've got squirrels, we've even got a tiny little pair of fairy wings. There's all sorts of stories that weave themselves into it, and it grows and it changes every single time that I do it. There's all sorts of bits and pieces, and they change every time that the forest comes about. As I get new ideas, then I make new things. I love my props to be handmade, just like the dresses. I want them to be completely unique to us here. If I can't make them, then I find really talented folk to make them for me. So you can't be a fairy without wings, and so they're a really big part of both the finished photos and giving that special magic and sparkle to the fairies. These I have handmade for me. They are just stunning, delicate and fragile, just like real fairy wings would be. So the other big accessory that every well-dressed fairy needs is a wand. And I looked at the commercially available ones, but they're very plasticky and very sparkly and not nearly magical enough. So I had an amazing afternoon making wands. They come in all shapes and colours, they go with the dresses, that's my favourite actually. And of course they're only licensed for good magic, which is very helpful because it means I can't be turned into a frog during the course of a session. The customer experience starts from the driveway really, when I meet my fairy. They're usually pretty excited, so we start talking about being a fairy, what fairies they know. Even the walk up to the studio is very pretty. We cut through the woodland path. There's little surprises and things to find on the way up to the studio as well. So we really try to build the excitement right from the minute that they arrive. When they they get into the studio, the very first thing we do is choose a fairy dress. There's always a range to choose from. The range changes according to the season, so we have Christmas dresses at Christmas, we have cornflower fairies in the spring and rose fairies in the summer. And once they've got their outfit completed, accessorised with flowers if they want them, that's the time that we come into the forest and start to take the photos. So there's actually quite a lot that goes on before we even get to the photo part.
Puffy little clouds all across the sky, while I'm singing you to sleep. Stars, bright and shining stars, shoot across the sky, while I'm singing you to sleep. Tomorrow will come faster than you'll ever know. Tomorrow will be brand new things for you and
So the forest is with us 3 times a year. We have the spring forest, we have the summer forest, and then we have winter wonderland, which is extra special because that's when it snows and all the dresses are Christmas themed, and it's a real kind of winter wonderland adventure. It takes about 2.5 hours to put it together, and every time at the end of that I sit there and look at it fresh, and I'm really proud of what we've built.
I hope that you're counting them while I'm singing you to sleep.
So once your images have been edited and given a little bit of that digital love and magic, that's when you'll get your password to your unique gallery. All you do is put the password into the website, take you straight to your gallery, and you can admire your beautiful fairy in all her glory. There's no sales or viewing process at all. You don't have to sit in a room with someone and make the decisions about the photos that you want to buy. You simply do it all online from the comfort of your own home. So there's actually an Einstein quote that's a really good point to end on. He said, "If you want your children to be intelligent, read them fairy tales. If you want them to be more intelligent, read them more fairy tales."
While I'm singing you to sleep. Stars, bright and shining stars, shoot across the sky, while I'm singing you